Hi, good morning, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for leaving some comments so I know you're there. Um, in New York City, it has been a miserable couple days. We've had just torrential thunderstorms, and it's a beautiful day. So I know a lot of you are probably outside watching this later. So whenever you do, thanks for joining. If you're new to me today, I'm Yvette Lenhart. This is the Sunday strength session. We're going to do about 15 minutes of standing work. It's all low impact. I'll give you some options to amp it up a little bit, but feel free to make any modifications that you feel better about. Then we'll get to the mat. We'll do 45 minutes of Pilates-based core work. If you use any supportive props like a block, or if you ever roll up a towel and put it under your head, go grab that. I don't use music in my sessions. I find my voice transmits better when there's no extra external sound. So if you want to just go ahead and pop on your favorite playlist, whatever that might be, go for it. Yeah, that's it. So again, thanks for joining. We're going to get started. By the way, you don't need any other equipment today. You don't need shoes. Maybe just grab a mat or a towel to lay on if you have a hard floor. If you have carpet, that's fine. We're going to do some lateral work today, meaning side to side. So just make sure you have a little room. You're going to need a little bit of room front and back too, because we're going to be moving the leg front and back behind you. So a little bit more all around you space today. Just move some things out of the way if you need to, and let's do it. So come on back. All right, so just bring your feet about hip width apart. Stand up nice and tall, and just take a second to feel your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Take a big inhale, pull your shoulders up and down. Just start noticing where your breath is at today. Are you taking a shallow breath? Can you start making your breath a little deeper? A little more intentional. Now roll your shoulders around. Good. Do the same thing with your head. So we're just going to turn the head left and right. Loosen up your cervical spine, your neck. Then just let it roll side to side. Good. Take that a few more times. Good. Come back to center. We're going to go ahead and grab the hips. So when we get into the core work, we're going to talk a lot about the position of your pelvis, which relates to your neutral spine. That's very common in Pilates. So I like starting with this pelvic tilt warm-up, because that kind of gets your pelvis to start moving in its full range of motion, and then it helps you find your neutral position. So we're just going to tilt the hips front and back. So this is also great if you happen to be a cyclist, a runner, anything where you tend to have your hips flexed for an extended period of time, right? It's good to start loosening up the pelvis and just working on your pelvic mobility. This tends to feel a little weird for men, right? You have a little less pelvic mobility, it's just the way you're built. So if this feels uncomfortable or a little strange, don't worry about it. I can't see you. Nobody can see you. Let's take a few more of those. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing side to side. So you're just going to start feeling a stretch down the side of your hips. Sort of a small area. You might feel it down the side of your leg, maybe your IT band. But I just want you to think of, again, finding your full range of motion, pushing your pelvis from side to side. Let's take 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now go ahead, drop your hands to your thighs, fingertips face in. Take a big inhale. Look up at the ceiling, arch your back, stick your tail out. And then as you exhale, round your spine, drop your head, and relax your shoulders. Take an inhale, look up. Arch your back. Exhale, round. Good, let's do 2 more. Inhale up, arch your back. Exhale, round. 1 more time. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Now right here, we're going to just take it into a twist. So go ahead, drop your left shoulder, take a twist over to the right, and then twist left. So just alternating sides. Feeling that twist in your rib cage, maybe your lower back. Let's take 4 more. Good. 3, 2, 1. And then just go ahead, drop your body, let your spine hang, shake your head yes and no. Draw your belly in, slowly start rolling it up. We're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling. And now we're going to go ahead and take them back. We're going to take some big arm circles here. Find the full range of motion you have in your shoulder sockets. If you want to make this a little smaller to be a little bit more protective of your shoulders, that's fine. If you have a little bit more shoulder mobility and you go bigger, great, go for it. Let's take 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just reverse it, go the other way. Pulling the arms up and back. Good, let's take 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Awesome, guys. All right. So, just starting to move a little bit now. We're going to take just what is a modified jack, right? So, moving arms out to side. We're going to just start right here. Just getting the blood moving. Getting the body used to moving a little bit more. Good. Make those arms as big as you can. Nice. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to get ready to move off to the right. Again, adjust yourself if you need a little bit more room. We're going to go ahead, take a lunge. So we're going to stop right here just for a second, just to feel that stretch on the inside of the left thigh. So I want you to check in with a couple things. I want you to make sure your right knee is going in the same direction as your right toes, meaning if your toes are facing out to the side, you want to make sure your knee isn't pulling forward, right? That can put a lot of strain on your ankle and your knee joint. So just check in with that. Every time you step into this lunge, I want you to make it as big as you can. I want you to keep that left leg straight. We're going to go ahead and pull the arms out to the side each time, right? Arms don't go higher than the shoulders. Keep them just about shoulder height. Bring them back in, fingertips together, and tap that right foot. So pull the arms out and tap. Out. So right now, I want you to focus on using that right leg to push off. Feeling the force as you move. Good. Out, tap. Out, yes. Now, if you want to change this a little bit, I'm going to start giving you some options. Pick up that foot. Pick it up. Out. Pick it up. So just finding your balance just for a moment on that left foot. Pick it up. Out. Pick it up. Yes. Good, guys. One more option. If you want it, take a kick and pull the arms up. Out. Kick. So another thing I always like to mention, if I'm using a pace that doesn't work for you and you want to take this a little slower, go for it. If you want to make this a little faster, wherever you're at today, find your pace. Find your option. What works best for you? Good. We're going to go for 4 more. 3 more. Good. 2, 1. Now come on back to your lunge. We're going to keep both feet planted. We're just going to come center, bend. So a little bit more half range motion now. A little bit more targeted on that right leg. Bend. Straighten. That's all you're doing. Straighten, bend. Good. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now go ahead, bring your hands to that right thigh. We're going to shift. So I want you to go ahead, shift your weight over to that right leg, meaning you should be able to pick the left leg up. There's no weight on the left leg. I want you to feel all that weight shifted over to your right side. We're loading up the right glutes. So right here, we're going to just put all of the weight into that right leg and take a one-legged squat. We're just letting the other leg slide out to the side. Pull. Keep your chest open. Feel your weight centered on that right foot. Make sure you're not rolling the foot out or in. Make this bend as deep as you can. bend, bend. Now, if your foot isn't sliding, it might mean that your weight is on that foot. I want you to really keep the weight over to that right side. Good. Let's take 4 more. For 3, for 2. Now hold it right there. You have a slight bend in your right leg. If you want to change your arms here, you can. We're going to pick up that left leg. So option 1, just keep your hands on that right thigh. Option 2, maybe they come center, right? Or maybe they're out to the side. Wherever you feel it helps your balance best. Wherever you feel strong, you got it. And it doesn't have to be high. You can just pick it up for a second. It could be right there. But if you want to go higher, go for it. Get that left leg as strong and long as you can. Good, let's take 4 more. For 3. Now we're going to get ready to hold it right here. Hold. You got it. So now we're going to go back into that one-legged squat. Trying to keep that left foot off the floor. Bend. Bend. I know if you're shaking, don't worry, I'm shaking too. You got it. We're going to take 4 more. For 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there. We're going to target that right leg just a bit more. Now we're going to go into a rotation of the hip. So just pull your arms out to the side, sweep that left leg forward, and sweep it back. So this is a very simple movement. What I want you to focus on is the position of your knee. So I want you to see if you can keep an external rotation. What that means is rather than having your knee facing the ceiling, it's facing out to the side. So I want you to notice if you can see it. I'm rotating my leg in the hip socket. So the inner thigh pulls toward the ceiling, knee goes more side. Now see if you can keep that external rotation as you move the leg front and back. Good. Nice, guys. So the arms can just stay out to the side. What I like doing is starting to move the arms in opposition. So I start calling this my animal move. And trust me, that has no relation to the pattern I'm wearing on my outfit today. Right? It just feels kind of very instinctual. Now maybe you can pick up that leg, pick it up, feeling that right foot grounded. Now notice, every time you move the leg, your center changes. Your body has to make adjustments, right? So this is dynamic balance challenge, right? Right here, you're gaining strength in your core, in your ankle. Now, if you want to make this a little bigger, let's add a bend and squat. So now, make this as big as you can. You can bend that knee. Maybe imagine you're lifting it up and over a fence. Pick it up. Pick it up. Don't worry about this looking pretty, right? We're just moving here. Getting that leg working in that hip socket. Good, let's take it 4 more times around. Good, take 3. Take 2. Yes, 1 more time. Good. Nice, guys. Give that right side of your seat a little smack. Let's take a big inhale up. Exhale up and over. Good. Just let your spine release. Let the back of your legs stretch. Let's just start bending 1 knee at a time. Giving the back of the leg a little release. Keep the heels down. Letting the hips move. Bending those knees 1 at a time. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the belly in, roll it up. Shoulders back. All right, guys. We're going to go back into that modified jack. Right here. So, you guys know what's coming. If you want a little bit more today, if you want more cardio, take it into a full jack. You can keep the arms halfway, or all the way. Up to you. Your pace. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Don't worry about what you think you're supposed to be doing. Make this time about you. No one knows your body better than you. Not me, not any other instructor or trainer. You need to listen to your body. Good. Nice, guys. We're gonna go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Just stretch it out. Shake it out. Okay, we're gonna start moving over to the left. Have a quick look around. Make sure you have some room. Take that first lunge. Check in with your knees, over your toes. Let's go ahead and just hold here. Feel the stretch on the inside of that right thigh. So just breathe into this. See how far apart your feet go. Each time you lunge, make this as wide as you can. Start pulling the arms out to the side. This is going to be our position that we come back to each time. Step it back and pull the fingertips together. Out, step, out, good, out, step, out. Yes. So, keeping your right foot planted, letting the left leg do the work here. Push off the floor. Feel that strength. Maybe you start lifting the knee. Out, lift, out. Yes, out. Maybe you give it a kick and press those arms up. Coming through center and up. If the arms don't feel so good overhead, keep them right here. Yes, guys, good. Let's take 4 more. For 3, for 2, 1. Now come on back to your lunge. We're gonna keep that left foot grounded now. Pull the arms out, center, out. Just targeting, starting to really focus on the glutes in that left leg. That's where we're starting to isolate. And then when we shift the weight, we're gonna really load up those glutes even more. Good, go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go ahead and start shifting that weight. You should be able to lift that right foot off the floor. In this position, also, I forgot to mention on the other side, try not to lean over to the standing leg. I want your shoulders, hips here. So as you move, try not to let yourself tilt this way, right? So let's just keep the hands on the thigh for the moment and focus on that one-legged squat. Let the other leg just move in and out. Make this as big as your body allows right now. Again, wherever you're at today. Working out at home is a challenging thing. So be kind to yourself. It's not easy. Good, let's take 4 more. 4, 3, you got it, 2, 1. Good. Now we're gonna keep a slight bend in that left leg. We're gonna start lifting that right leg. So it might be a couple inches for you. Just finding your balance for a second. It might be a higher lift. See where you're at today. Arms can stay on your thigh. Come to center. Or maybe they go out to the side. Yes. So again, keep a slight bend in that standing leg. You are starting to feel the glutes on that left side speak to you. I'm not sure what they're saying. Good, guys. Let's take 2 more. This one we're going to hold. Now it doesn't have to be high. I'm going to bring my hands back to center and just bend and straighten, keeping that leg lifted. Yes. Try to limit the lean over toward that standing leg. Keep your hips and shoulders square to the floor. Good. We're going to take 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Give it a quick snap. All right. Into our rotation. So we're going to start moving that leg front and back. front. So again, I want you to focus here on the external rotation. So it is as if you are rotating your inner thigh toward the ceiling and your knee is facing out to that right side. So try to keep that external rotation as you move the leg. You will feel your glutes fire up to pull the leg back. You'll feel your inner thigh fire up to pull the leg forward. Good. Maybe you start moving that leg off the floor and just move those arms in opposition. So you'll notice how your body makes adjustments as you have to find your balance with the movement in your leg, right? You might feel wobbly for a moment. That's okay. Good. Now maybe you start adding a bend. Making this even more dynamic now. Maybe now you lift the knee up. So even more rotation. Up and over. There's a big fence. Hop over that fence. Yeah. Good. Beautiful, guys. Keeping that left foot grounded. Good. 4 more times around. Here's 4. 4, 3. Good. 2 more. Yes. 1 more time. Nice. Okay. 1 more round of those jacks. Modified. Right here. Maybe you even take the arms up. Full jack. Half arms or full arms. Let's do it. We're just going to do 8 more. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Open those feet nice and wide, toes face front. Take a big inhale up. Exhale, come up and over your legs. Just focus on your breath. Let your spine release to the floor. Walk your hands over to that right leg, grab it, pull your chest toward it. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back over to the other side. Grab that left leg. Pull your chest toward it. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands back to center. 1 more breath right here in center. Heel toe your feet together. Take your time rolling up. All right. Grab your mat. Grab some water. And we're going to meet down on the floor. All right. I hope you guys are feeling good. Okay, guys. So today, we're going to start seated. I'm going to face you just so you can see. But you guys can face whichever direction is best. If you want to face your screen, that's good too. So open your legs up about to the width of your mat, right? In this series, if you feel you're a little tight in your hips or hamstrings and you have a block, you can go ahead and sit up on that block. All that does is that opens your hips a little bit more so you're not in such a deep flexion. It just gives you a little bit more room. Another option here, if you start feeling a little tight, bend your knees a little bit. Your goal is to get your spine lifted as tall as possible. So I'm going to turn to the side 1 more time. I want you to make sure as we sit here in this start position, you're not sitting back here somewhere. So can you see how my ribs are behind my pelvis, right? Now, whether you're sitting on your block or bend those knees a little bit, I want you to lift up. So I want you to think of stacking your rib cage right over your pelvis. Or imagine there's a hand in your lower back and it's pressing you to lift taller. Flex your feet, press out through your heels, and go ahead, bring your hands to your shoulders. So right here, every time I say shoulders down, I want you to think of not dropping the elbows. I want you to think of pressing your shoulder blades down your back, but keeping your elbows lifted. So right here, flex those feet, sit up nice and tall, take an inhale, And then exhale, let's start taking that twist to the right. So you might have noticed that your body wanted to sink in this twist and collapse. I want you to see if you can get taller. So I want you to think of a candy cane going up to the ceiling, spiraling up. Now right here, open your arms. That's just giving your chest more room to twist. Take an inhale. On your exhale, look back toward that right hand. See if you can deepen your twist. Keep your arms out to the side, so I want you to avoid moving your arms, right? That's not the twist, that's just moving your arm in the shoulder socket. I want you to move from your rib cage. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Now hold here. Bring your hands back to your shoulders. That might feel tough. And then come back to center. Take an inhale, lift. Exhale, twist over to the left. Again, think of that candy cane. You're spiraling up, up. Spine is getting taller. Open those arms. Keep flexing through those feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, deepen that twist. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands back to your shoulders, untwist. All right, now we're going to go into our saw, little variation. Open those arms up. Turn the palms to face down. Sit up a little taller. Flex those feet. Take an inhale. Exhale to twist to the right. Good. Take another inhale to lift taller. Exhale. Start rounding up and over that right leg, reaching your left hand to that right foot. If you can, reach to the outside of that foot. Imagine you're trying to saw off your pinky toe. I know, that's gross. All right. So I want you to keep lifting your belly away from that right thigh. Keep relaxing that back shoulder. And just stretch the top of your head toward your right foot. Take one more breath right here. Now come up in your twist. Lift taller, 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 taller. And then come back to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist over to the left. So legs are strong, feet are flexed. Arms are stretching long, spine is lifting. Take another inhale. Now exhale, round up and over that left thigh, reaching toward that left foot. So maybe you could imagine sawing off the pinky toe, reaching to the outside of that foot. Relax that back shoulder. Keep lifting your belly up and off that thigh. Keep stretching the top of your head toward those toes. Take one more breath right here. Lift up. Come back to center and release. All right. So now we're going to go into a few roll-ups and we're going to add some neck pull today. So we're going to start right here. Make sure you have enough room behind you so that when you roll back, your head won't fall off your mat or your towel. Take a big inhale, lift up. On your exhale, pull your belly in and start rolling back to the mat. One bone at a time. Until your shoulders touch. And then take a big stretch, lengthen out. We're going to come right back. Pull the arms up toward the ceiling. Draw the ribs in toward your center and down to the mat. Start peeling your spine off the mat. And then imagine there's a ball on your thighs. Round up and over your ball. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. Scoop the belly, roll it back. Good, we're going to take one more like that. Take an inhale, lift up, head, neck, shoulders. All right. So right here, I want you to go ahead, keep your arms right there. We're just going to transition into a neck pull. So I like giving variations for arms. This first version gives you a little bit more help because the arms are out in front of you. So go ahead and flex your feet. Open your feet about hip width. Keep your spine lifted now. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to start hinging. So we're hinging at the hip. You're not rounding your spine. You're keeping your chest open. Imagine there's a string tied right to your sternum and you're being lifted to the ceiling. Keep your gaze slightly lifted. I want you to go until you're shaking. And then stop right there. Over 4, 3, 2. Scoop your belly. Lay it back to the mat. Good. Now go ahead, take an inhale. Start lifting up your head, neck, shoulders. Round up and over that invisible ball. Lift up nice and tall. Our second neck pull. Maybe you keep your arms here, or maybe you add this first challenge. Arms come behind your head, or they can even come to your forehead or temples. So flex those feet. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, start hinging. Hinging. Keep your chest open. Stick out that chest. Go until you're shaking. Good, and then stop. Hold right there for 4, 3, 2, and scoop it. Roll it back. Now, if you want a challenge for your roll-up, keep those elbows out to the side and try that version. No flapping the wings, please. Take a big inhale. Start lifting up your head, neck, shoulders. Elbows stay wide. Fight for it. Scoop, 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 scoop. And then come up and over your legs. Good. Last version, you are welcome to stay in option 2, or maybe arms go up overhead. If you take this version, I just want you to make sure you don't start collapsing in the chest and the arms pull forward. Keep those arms right where you start. Feet flexed, legs are strong. Take an inhale to lift up taller. Exhale, start hinging. Bring those arms with you. Think of a straight line from hips to fingertips. You got it. Hold right there. Maybe your range of motion isn't as big. That's okay. For 4, 3, 2, scoop it, roll it back. You got it. Just roll your hips side to side. All right, guys. We're going to bring those feet flat to the mat and just take yourself a quick bridge. Open up those hips. Good. Bring your seat down. Bring your knees in. All right, we're going to take a quick leg stretch here. So I want you to go ahead, bring your left foot to the mat, extend your right leg up to the ceiling. We're just going to bend and extend. Just targeting now the hamstring on that right leg. If you want to straighten out that left leg, you can. Let's take 2 more. Hold right there. If you want to lift your head and draw your forehead toward your knee, you can. Good, bend the knee and let's switch. So we're just going to start extending and bending that left leg. If you want to stretch out that right leg, you can. Let's take 2 more. Good, hold that leg as straight as you can. Maybe if you want to lift your head and draw your forehead to your knee, you can. Good, bring it down. So if you ever like using anything under your head, like a block or a rolled up towel, go ahead and grab it. It's going to be great for this series. We're going to bring those legs to tabletop. So right here, you can keep your head down, or you can go ahead and lift it up. Hands can be out in front of you or behind your head, whatever works for you. So right here, keep those knees right over your hips for the moment. Draw your belly in and press your lower back toward the mat. I just want you to feel this. Notice where your pelvis is, right? You want to try to keep your tailbone down and the top of your pelvis toward the mat. So as we go through, try not to let your lower back arch and your back of your pelvis lift off the mat. Try to keep an eye on that. So we're just going to go ahead and stretch the right leg out. Bring it back. Left leg out. Now, if you feel more comfortable using your arms here, you are welcome to grab onto one leg at a time. Switch, right? Grabbing the left leg and then grabbing the right leg. That's another option. Stretch. Good. Now we're going to start to alternate. So we're going to switch, switch. Good. So in a moment, we're going to change the pace. Right here. So we're going to go for 3, 2, 1, and just hold. Good. 3, 2, 1, hold. 3, 2, 1, hold. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Now let's add on. 3, 2, 1. Lift as high as you can. Good. 3, 2, 1. Give me a pulse. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up. 3, 2. Little faster. Pulse. 4 more. 2, 1. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Pulse. 2 more. 3, 2, 1. Pulse. Last. 1, 2, 1. Pulse. Bring it down. All right, guys. Should we do that again? Yeah. Let's add a twist. So we're going to take that 3, 2, 1 count into our crisscross. So set up your hands behind your head. If you have any other version that works better for you, like to your temples or across your chest, please do. So you bring those legs to tabletop. Go ahead and stretch out that left leg. Take a twist to the right. Good.
Now go ahead, switch. So taking it slow to start, just to notice what's happening in your pelvis. I want you to see if you can keep your hips rolling side to side, which will start looking something like this, right? Keep those hips glued to the mat. You're twisting waist and above. So we got that side waist nice and warmed up in that spine stretch and saw series. Good, now let's take that 3, 2, 1, hold. 3, 2, 1, hold. Adding on. 3, 2, 1. Give me a pulse. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up. Last 2. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it up and bring it down. All right, guys. So if you're dealing with any shoulder or wrist limitations today, I want you to go ahead, remove anything that's under your head, and just go ahead, take another bridge. If you want a slightly more intense shoulder and hip opener, come on up to a seated position. We're going to go into our table. So feet set up the same way as a bridge, hip width apart. Bring your hands to the mat, just behind your shoulders. Fingertips face front, or just slightly side, whichever feels better for you. Take an inhale to open your chest. Now exhale to lift your hips. You got it. Your gaze can be up at the ceiling or to the top corner of the wall in front of you, pressing your hips up, and then bring it down. All right. You can stay right there with your tabletop. Give me 2 more, or adding on. Take an inhale. Go ahead, exhale, press it up. Good. So right here, I'm just going to have you drop your seat just a little bit. We're going to go into a tricep dip. So you're going to bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. So make this about your elbows, right? Don't just lower and lift your butt. That's a butt dip. Very different, right? So I want you to make sure your elbows are moving straight back. Let's take 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. We have one more set. You're either taking another bridge, moving your hips up and down maybe, you're taking a table, you're taking those same tricep dips for option 3. So take an inhale, lift up, exhale, lift your hips. Find that full table. Now drop your seat just a little bit. We're going to go back into that tricep dip. Adding on, give me a little kick, kick, kick. So the challenge here is to not let your chest collapse when the leg lifts. Kick, kick, kick. Yes. Good. Give me 4 more, guys. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now press back up into that tabletop one more time. Feel that stretch and bring it down. Good. Roll out those wrists. Okay, come back onto your back. Bring the knees in. Okay, we're going to set up for our double leg stretch. So let's go ahead, touch those feet together. Knees come in, your feet can be pointed or flexed today, whichever feels right for you. You can keep your head down, so if you want to go ahead, grab that block or that towel again. Awesome. Or come on up. So you're setting up into your trunk curl, drawing the belly in, noticing the space that's between your lower back and the mat, keeping that consistent throughout. So you're going to take a big inhale, stretch those legs out, and exhale in. So no movement in the arms yet. I just want you to focus on the legs. Now, if your lower back feels uncomfortable, those legs can go higher. If you want more challenge, legs go lower. Good. Nice, guys. Let's take 2 more right here. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, drawing the belly in each time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, and bring it down. Okay, set 2. We're going to add your arms. Big circle. So take an inhale. Lift up your head, neck, shoulders. Set it up. All right. Now, you can start with your hands on your shins and come back to this point. Make this your starting point, or arms just stretch out. So take an inhale. Stretch your legs out. Pull the arms up to the ceiling and big circle around. Grabbing on, option 1. Inhale, stretch. Option 2, just stretching out. Inhale, stretch. We're going to take 2 more like this. Inhale, stretch. Now we're going to change it. So you're going to stretch it out and just same arm as leg. Left leg, left arm. Right leg, right arm. Left leg, left arm. Now 2 legs. In. In. Good. Adding on again. Stretch both legs out. Opposite arm. Left arm, right leg. Right arm, left leg. One more time inside, guys. Now go back in that double leg. In. 3 more. In. 2 more. And bring it down. You got it. All right. Let's move on to the belly. So come onto your belly. If you want to bring a towel under your head, you can. We're going to sit up today with the hands under the shoulders, elbows pulled in, forehead down. So right here, feel your 2 front hips grounded to the floor. Notice where your feet are. So as we move into the first part of this series, I want you to keep your feet grounded. You're going to notice they're going to want to pop up, right? Your lower back is going to want to kick in. But I want you to see if you can keep your feet glued to the spot they're on. So right here, pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Feel your neck nice and long. Take an inhale, and then start lifting your chest. Good. So right here, I want you to feel your shoulders sliding down your back. Feel the back of your neck long. So I want you to avoid trying to lift with your chin. Keep your chin slightly down. Feel the lift instead from your rib cage. And lower down. Take an inhale again, and go ahead, lift, lift, lift. Good. Now this time, maybe float your hands an inch or 2 off the mat. You shouldn't have moved. Nothing should have changed. Feel the upper back drawing down toward your hips. Feel your belly lifting away from the mat. Add length in your lower back by letting the tailbone drop toward your inner thighs. And lower down. Now let's not use the hands on this last one. Float the hands an inch or 2 off the mat and start to lift, lift, lift. Good. So right here, we're going to stretch the arms out to the side. Palms face down. Just feel that for a moment. Good. Now start pulling the arms back. Turn the palms face up and lift a little higher. Draw the belly in. Feet are still grounded. Pull the arms back out to the sides and just lower right here. Take an inhale, lift up. Exhale, pull the arms back, lift a little higher, palms face up. Inhale, palms face down, pull arms side, and exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, pull it back, palms face up. Inhale, palms side, and lower. We're going to take 3 more. Now maybe you want to add on and not let the arms come to the floor. So you're going to take an inhale to lift. You're going to exhale to squeeze, pull the shoulders down, and then pull the arms side. Keep them lifted and just lower your chest. And then inhale to lift. Exhale, pull arms back. Keep pulling that belly in, tailbone down. Inhale side. Exhale, lower just the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull the arms back, palms up. Inhale, pull the arms side, lower down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull the arms back. Hold right here for 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. Good. Just roll your hips side to side. All right, we're just going to pick up right where we left off. Pull the arms back. All right. So go ahead, take an inhale, lift your chest, lift your arms. Good. Just lift the right leg, lower. One leg at a time, so the other foot is grounded. Now you're going to notice as you move one leg at a time, your hips are going to want to rock side to side. Can you keep both hips grounded? So your pelvis is stable. You're just moving the legs up and down, letting that hamstring and glute work. Good. Now bring it down. One more time, guys. Take an inhale, go ahead and lift up. Now we're gonna lift both legs and just go into that nice, easy flutter kick. Again, keeping those hips stable. Try not to let your pelvis rock side to side. If you wanna add a little pump in the arms, this is one of my favorite exercises because it's also a coordination challenge. The arms work together as the legs work in opposition. It might make you feel really uncoordinated. Don't worry, it's not just you. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, lift a little higher, 4, 3, 2, and release. Push into your hands, take a child's pose, nice wide knees, sit back into your heels. So if for any reason child's pose doesn't work for you, maybe you have knee issues and it's just sort of feels uncomfortable, always remember that you can achieve the same thing as a child's pose by just laying on your side and pulling your legs up toward your chest. We just are meant to release the spine in more of a flexion after doing that intense extension work. So you can just hang out right here. That's a good option, just so you know. So let's take another breath in that child's pose. Awesome, guys. All right. So let's come on back to your back. Okay, so we're going to go into a rollover today. Now this exercise might not work for you if you have any neck injuries, conditions, limitations, maybe the beginnings of osteoporosis. So I'm going to show you an option first, and then I'll show you the full exercise. So make sure you don't have anything under your head now. So no block, no towel, remove all of that. Option 1, if you're protecting your neck, you can just go ahead, stretch your legs up to the ceiling. You can even cross one leg over the other. And this is really about targeting the lower abdominals now, pelvic floor. So I want you to take an inhale. On your exhale, just go ahead and lift your seat. Lift your seat. So it's less about swinging the legs here, right? A way to really target the lower abdominals is to feel like you're tilting your pelvis under, right? That's what your pelvis is doing, if you can see my hand, right? So you're squeezing those lowest abdominal muscles. Think that you're in a car and you really have to pee, and you just saw a sign that said next rest stop, 40 miles. So, right there. That's option 1, just focusing on that reverse crunch. Now, if you want to go into the full rollover, here we go. So you can start in the same place. Same muscles engaged, same move to start. Take an inhale. On your exhale, you're going to go ahead and lift your seat. And then start bringing your legs up and over. So if you need a little support, bring your hands to your lower back. You can just keep those legs right at parallel. Make sure that you can still breathe. So the common mistake here is to let the hips go way too far, and then I almost can't even breathe anymore because my weight is in my neck. You want to make sure your weight is on your shoulder blades, right? So you're feeling that nice deep stretch in the back of your legs. When you're ready to start coming down, bring your palms back to the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Keep your thighs as close to your chest for as long as possible, and just start bringing your spine back to the mat, one bone at a time. Good. Let's do that again. Take an inhale. On your exhale, take that reverse crunch, lift the seat, and then bring the legs up and over. Maybe this time you go into a plow. All that means is you will tap the toes to the floor behind your head, but don't compromise your neck to do it. So again, you can notice that I can move my head around just a little bit. This is a very vulnerable position, but you should be able to have a little bit of mobility in your neck. And all that means is that your weight is in the proper place, which is more on your shoulders. So let's go ahead, bring those legs back to parallel, and then squeeze your inner thighs together, bring your spine back to the mat, one bone at a time. We're going to take 2 more. if anybody wants to move into a jackknife today, what? I will show you how. So take an inhale. On your exhale, reverse crunch. Bring those legs up and over your eye line. We're going to start by bringing the hands to the lower back. Make a stand. Start bringing those legs up toward the ceiling. So maybe you stop in your shoulder stand. Maybe this is where you're at today, and then you bring your legs back to parallel. If you want to try that jackknife, what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands to the mat here. And you're going to bring your spine back to the mat, one more at a time, keeping your legs up the ceiling. Awesome. One more time, guys, whatever version you're doing. Take an inhale. On your exhale, pull those lower abdominals in, lift that seat up, bring your legs up and over your eye line. You can bring your hands to your lower back and take that shoulder stand. Maybe your legs go to that cloud. Maybe you're still focusing on that reverse crunch wherever you're at. If you're trying that jackknife, go ahead and bring your hands to the mat. And then start bringing your spine down one more at a time. Awesome, guys. Just bring your feet flat to the mat. Let's take a quick bridge. Press it up. And bring it down. All right. We're going to finish up this strength session with plank. So this is one of my favorite plank progression series because it offers so many options depending on where you're at. So feel free to stay at the level you feel most comfortable with, work there, and then work up to the next level when you feel comfortable. We're going to start in a quadruped position today. So all that means is your hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. You might choose to set up on your forearms. That's another terrific option. So if you have straight arms, again, hands are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. So I have a right angle in front of my hips, a right angle behind my knee. Now, just focus on your lower back. A lot of us tend to let the belly drop and let the lower back arch, the booty sticks up. I want you to pull the belly in and just flatten out your lower back right there. So feel your belly engaged. Tuck the toes under. Keep the back of your neck long. Try not to look down at your knees. Keep your gaze slightly in front of you. Take an inhale, and we're just going to start with that knee hover. So you're just going to lift those knees up an inch or two, and just hold right there and feel that. Feeling the belly pulling away from the floor. Letting the part of your spine between your shoulder blades puff up rather than sink, right? So I'm lifting, I'm pushing the floor away with my palms. Hold for 4, 3, 2. So again, you can stay right there in option 1. That knee hover happens to be one of my favorite exercises. Option 2, adding on, we're going to take a step back. So take an inhale. On your exhale, go ahead and hover those knees. Now, if you're coming with me, we're going to tap 1 foot back at a time. Tap. Tap. You got it. Tap. Beautiful. Tap. Tap. We're going to go for 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to step both legs back. Find your plank. You got it. Now one leg in. In. Now if you need a little break, go ahead, bring those knees down. And then join back whenever you can. Go for 4, 3, keeping those hips square. 1. Bring those knees in and lower down. All right, guys. This is the last set, all right? So push the floor away, shoulders are open. Take an inhale, start with a knee hover. You might hold right here, or step back into that plank. All right, so now we're gonna speed it up a little bit. We're gonna come in, out, 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 out. So I want you to try to keep your hips stable. Try not to let them rock side to side. Try not to let them drop. You got it, guys. 2 more of these. Now, if you want, take it into a mountain climber. This is the last part. You can take one knee in or move it a little faster. Good, here we go for 8, 7,
You're done, guys. Good job. Time to just release and let it go. Go ahead, walk your hands over to the left side. Feel that right arm stretching beyond the left. Feel the stretch all the way down the right side of your rib cage to the right side of your waist. Let that right side of your pelvis press back into your right heel. Let your chest release to the floor. Take an inhale and exhale. Walk your hands over to the other side. Feel your left arm stretch way beyond your right. Feel the stretch down the left side of your rib cage to the left side of your waist. Feel the left side of your pelvis just release into your left heel. Let your chest release toward the floor. Take another inhale and exhale. Come back to center. One more breath right here. Walk your hands back. All right, guys. That's it for today. Great job. Thank you so much for joining me. There is going to be class again next week, so I hope you'll come back. I also am going to start offering small group Zoom classes. If you are interested, please reach out to me. You can reach me, you can leave a message in the comments. You can reach me on Instagram, direct message me. I'd be happy to give you info. Those are going to be much more focused sessions using props, and based on the group that attends, I'll be able to add weights, resistance bands, balls, or all sorts of fun things. So again, if you're interested, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and thanks so much again. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Time for some water.